absolutely did not see coming, and particularly after we took possession of Polyseal back in 2016, is how much time you spend working on your boat versus how much time you spend using your boat. I think that the first year that we had her, we spent every weekend and evening that we had available to work on her for a total of 7 sailing days. I naively believed that once we would get into full-time cruising, that ratio would be a little more even. And that was incorrect. That was an incorrect assumption, because we do sail more, but because we use the boat much more, the work is also a lot more intense. And as we're getting ready to embark on our 5th season of full-time cruising, this time to go up north to Canada, we have quite a bit of work that needs to be done before we can take off and enjoy our beautiful lifestyle that we like so much. So I thought that today I would talk about what it takes to prepare for a season of full-time cruising. And I would love to hear from you guys who maybe sail during the weekends or for the vacation, if that list is similar to yours or if it's a lot more. I think that it would be interesting to make a comparison. I personally believe that we have to maintain our boat much more than if we were to use it less, but maybe it is prejudice. Who knows? Let me know. It is currently the beginning of April. We just get back to Polyseal. Our plan is to leave Annapolis by the end of April, early May. We have, unsurprisingly, quite a lot that needs to be done. So let's get to it. Polyseal is currently on the hard and shrink wrapped at Harrington Harbour North, and before she can go back in the water, there are a few jobs that need to be done. So on our to-do list, we have jobs that need to be taken care of before we launch, and tasks that are much easier to carry out once the boat is in the water and it isn't as much of a pain to get in and out of the boat, or, as it is currently the case, up and down. So before we launch, and in no particular order, we need to give the hull a good clean and reapply a couple of coats of our silicone anti-fouling. Polyseal has now spent 2 years in the water, and while the hull looks good, we want to maintain its great shape and give it a fresh coat of paint. We also need to change the through hulls in the head and in the galley, because they've never been changed and our boat is now 15 years old, so yeah, it's time. Similarly, we have to replace our sacrificial anodes and give our keel a little love. On some spots the anti-fouling is wearing off and we need to make sure that it stays in good shape. Once those jobs are done, we can launch Polyseal and tackle the biggest part of the work, which includes servicing the winches, rebedding some stanchions and the shower drain because, well, it needs it. Replace our water maker membrane because our water maker was used in quite questionable waters during COVID lockdowns and yeah, let's just replace it. We also need to change a couple of lines, such as the first reefing line and our sheets. Replace the blower in the engine because it sounds funny. Switch our cooking gas system to propane because we're now sailing in North America and butane is not the easiest to find here. We also need to install our cool new Raymarine augmented reality camera. And finally, something fun on that list. Install our new battery bank as well as a 110 volt system because, again, America. We need to replace the exhaust pipe, clean the teak, wax the hull, maintain the toilet, and probably another 1,000 things that we don't know of yet because I'm sure we'll be opening a can of worms or two through this process. Spring is definitely in the air in Maryland, even though it's still a little chilly. Okay, so today we're at the boat. It's not actually every day that we come to the boat, first off because it is in Harrington Harbour North, which is 40 minutes away from Annapolis and where we live. So today, what is the plan today, Ryan?
Okay, so today we're going to do maybe 3 things. We'll see. First thing is there's 2 sets of skin fittings and through hulls that we haven't changed yet on the boat. And I think since we have a little time, it's probably time that we do that. Then the keel has a little bit of rust on it at the very bottom. So we're gonna try to sand that off and clean it up. I'm gonna finish cleaning the back part of the underneath because the paint needs to be all cleaned up. I had a few barnacles and stuff on it. Not our barnacle, but like the nasty barnacles. So that's what we're gonna do today.
That looks great. What have you done?
I told you the boat's a mess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Barney.
Oh, I know.
The doggy sitters are either on vacation or out of surgery at the moment, and she hasn't been spayed yet. She's getting spayed next week, and a lot of daycares don't want to take little puppies that haven't been spayed. So today Barnacle is with us at the boat. I am not going to be doing much work. I will be watching Barney. Welcome aboard. How does it feel to be home? Did you miss the boat? Yeah? Oh.
So one thing that I like to do is kind of go through things every time I'm out here and just start thinking and looking and seeing. And one of the things that's been on our minds is fixing 2 more skin fittings and through hulls that we have not yet replaced on the boat. So one is for the galley sink and one is in the head. So they're the outlets for the galley sink and the inlet for the head. The rest of the through hulls we've replaced. It's 2023. This boat was built in 2007, so they are about 15 years old. Yeah, the thing is, you know, it's probably going to cost about $400 to replace all these. Let me show you what they look like. So this one down here.
Okay, just pause here for a second. First off, what is a through hull and why are they so critical? Well, you see, it's going to sound counterproductive when you try to float, but boats usually come with a few holes in their hull. Yeah, I know. But when you need to pump in seawater for the engine or the water maker, or when you need to evacuate water from your sink or your shower, you actually need those holes. So in the hull, we place a little boat part called a through hull or a skin fitting, which is directly attached through the hull. To the skin fitting, we then attach a seacock, which is a part that opens and closes to let the water in the pipe that it is attached to. And this is why it is so important to keep a good eye on your seacocks and through hulls, because if they fail, well, that's how boats sink. So you need to keep a good eye on your through hulls, and they need to be changed every so often. On Polyseal, those particular ones haven't been changed since the boat was built in 2007, and they're kind of overdue for a replacement.
Okay, we're gonna try to get some of the silicone out of here. So the reason they do this is because there's like this part of the hull and there's a lower part of the hull. And they kind of fill it so nothing goes down there. But what ends up happening is it just makes it kind of a bitch to even do any work. Break the seal here, as they say. Break the seal. Ugh. Not easy, is it? Well, I guess we're replacing this pipe because I can't get this off. There.
One eternity later.
There we go. Okay, so now that's out. So this is why you change it. This is a barb on there, and when I went to take it off, it just snapped off. So this guy was ready to go, and it could have gone at any time. And the problem with this is that this is facing away from anybody on the boat, so you'd really never see it. And you know, this is actually where it is was right about here, so it's actually below the water line. So if that would have broke, you know, I've been told that if you scratch this metal and it turns up pink, that's when you know you have a problem. And obviously that looks a bit pink. First one's out, so we'll take that to the shop and rebuild it. Then we'll go from there. It broke off when I pulled the pipe.
Shit.
They were definitely overdue. Same thing, the bar broke off.
Oh wow.
So definitely time. So we have pulled these old seacocks through hulls out, and we need to now go get the replacement parts. So we're gonna head over to West Marine, which is really far away, and pick these up. Well, see what I got.
Ryan's actually lying to you. The one thing that is really nice here is that we have 2 West Marines here. We have one that is 5 minutes away from where we currently stay in Annapolis, and one that's literally like a 2 minutes walk from the boat. So we come from a few years of working on the boat in very remote places where it was really difficult to get our hands on parts and pieces and materials. But here we have everything that we need. So yeah, let's go. Let's go to West Marine.
Can't take dogs many places in the US, but you can take them to West Marine. So now the fun part is to find all the 8 or 9 pieces that make this new.
So the one thing that you cannot do when you put together a through hull is you cannot mix the metals. We are going for bronze, so we need to find all the pieces that constitute our through hull. Barnacle is fascinated by that through hull puzzle, Ryan.
Me too.
So helpful, Barney. Thank you so much. Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy you a new through hull, and that's basically the same for a few minutes, according to Ryan. All right, this is the third and final West Marine of the day. It's also the nicest one. It's really big. It has everything. It's awesome. Thank you, Ryan.
Hi, how are you?
Hello. You get a big treat? Oh my god. You're such a spoiled dog.
This guy. So the bathroom one's all done.
Are you in the candy shop, Ryan?
I love the electrical aisle. I'm excited to start this rewire project. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you a new pair of shoes that is not Crocs.
And then they have this whole like rig shop.
Yeah.
So they can do all the splicing for your lines and everything, which is cool. Because not a lot of places offer that.
And they have a very impressive fender selection. Yeah, you guys may not know this about me, but I love fenders. I love fenders. So a fun story with West Marine is that a few months ago we contacted them because we created this course about how to get started into sailing, and in our course we talk about quite a few different products that we show, and showing where to buy them and how much they cost is super interesting. It's something that we wanted to know when we get started 8 years ago, and West Marine was like, hey, you know what, we're actually looking for a resident cruising expert or cruising ambassador, and would you like to do that? And so this year we are actually going to partner with West Marine. We're going to be writing some reviews and cruising articles. We're going to create some content for them, and they are going to sponsor some episodes of Ryan's Tech Corner, which is great because it helps us, you know, support the production costs of this episode and really help us make them. So it's super cool. We're very, very excited for this partnership. We essentially live in West Marine. Yeah, it's become our living room. So this is really exciting. We're really happy about it, and yeah, thank you, West Marine. Okay, so we are back at the boat. A few days later, we found all the parts that constitute our new through hulls.
Okay, so this is the small one out of the bathroom, and there's no barb on it because, well, it broke off.
It was very much time to change it.
Yeah, very much time. So this is the new skin fitting. This will be the seacock that goes on, and then there'll be a barb that comes out of it. This one's a little bit more complicated. There are many more pieces involved with this one. So start with the skin fitting. It's gonna go like that. Seacock, T-piece. Oh, I'm sorry, back up. There needs to be a male-to-male that then connects the T-piece, 45-degree piece, to a barb there. There'll be another barb here, and there's a reducer and a barb there.
Okay, so what was the total cost of this operation?
So all said and done so far, we've spent about $400 or $450 for essentially 2 through hauls. fittings. But to be fair, you don't replace these all the time. These are original from the boat. They were way overdue.
Such a beautiful day today, Ryan.
What we gotta do is make sure everything like fits in the right way.
So you're gonna assemble the puzzle.
We're gonna assemble the puzzle, make sure it all fits how it's supposed to fit. We'll disassemble, make some markings on it.
Have you guys ever seen the inside of a seacock? Okay, so opening the seacock. Okay, now I'm closing it and hello. Hello. Do you see me?
I figured out how to get these two together in the right way. So now I'm gonna put some thread sealant with PTFE. It's really to help seal the threads and get it all sealed up correctly. So we'll put that on the male threads, tighten this up to make it in the same shape as this one, and then we're gonna kind of work down.
Okay, so something that YouTube doesn't show you a lot of times is that sometimes when you do work on the boat, you try to do the work and then you realize that you don't have the right tool for the job, and so you run to the hardware store and you come back and you finish the job. That's exactly what happened in the last half an hour. So we're gonna get the right tool.
So I just got 2 adjustable spanners, and that helped because I could just get some good grip and really tighten things up. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. How long do we have for it to cure? This isn't fast curing. Oh, it is fast curing. Fuck.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey, babe. All right, so we're gonna put some seacocks. Can you see?
That was so creepy.
We're gonna actually put some 3M here.
Wait. Oh my god.
Now we're gonna put this in.
Nice.
Is it gooing out?
Not really. It's not going through, if that's what you ask.
So now we'll put some on the inside and then we'll tighten it all up. Okay, I'm gonna need you to go outside. I found a way to hold this so it doesn't spin.
Okay.
But just so you know, we only have so much time.
I know. Okay, you guys, this video is now taking a turn, and this little bronze part here, it's trying really hard to give main character energy, but right now, man, she's being the villain. What we are slowly discovering and having a hard time filming, hence my voiceover, haha, hi, is that we cannot for the life of us tighten the skin fitting in the tiny little space that the cabinets give. It's just too small for us to get any tool in there. Fuck. Okay, Ryan?
No, I'm not okay.
And while we are struggling to tighten them, the seacocks that we are using to bond the part to the hull is curing. It's curing fast.
Oh, fuck.
We are now 4 people trying to make this work, and while we finally have enough hands and tools to tighten the new seacock in the galley, the one in the bathroom is giving us a really tough time, and we're gonna have to give it up until we can figure out how we're gonna deal with it. Okay, so until this point in the work, everybody was doing fine, everything was going fine, and then today everything kind of fell apart, because I guess that that's what happens when you try to change through hulls. So we're now 4 people working on those through hulls. We're almost there. It was a huge mess. The other mess that we have on our hands now, and it's completely our fault. We have messed up so bad, like so bad. You know, because we were waiting for a paint and didn't really think about when we could launch the boat this year. So we didn't really ask the Marina when we could launch the boat. And in a strike of genius this week, Ryan called Harrington Harbour North and asked, well, can we launch in 10 days? And they're like, oh no, I am booking launches for the end of April. And do you remember that to-do list of things that we had to do before we launch, and then all the things that we have to do after we launch and that are really tricky to do if the boat isn't in the water? Pretty big deal. So we hope, because we know boats, that, you know, somebody will cancel their launch when it's time for us to go and that we can jump in that spot. But it's like this dose of unnecessary stress. Yeah, so, you know, we're gonna continue to work as if we can launch in about a week or 10 days after the paint goes on. On top of that, the weather for next week looks terrible, so we don't know when we're gonna be able to paint the bottom. This all started really good, and now it's like... Heh. Yeah. How is it, Ryan?
It's good, honey. Okay. We have, yeah, that's right. It's like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So then,
Yeah, it's good. So anyways, we'll let you know how it goes. Don't forget to subscribe to this
Mark, I'm putting you a piece
channel.
down by the stairs.
This is great. This is where I'm ending the video. Stay tuned for the next episode. My camera has like 5% battery left. Hi, Jane.
Put that in my hole.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna leave it here.
We just need to
Stay tuned for part 2 of Big Mess. Ryan needs a hemorrhoid cream for the pain in the butt that this through-hole situation created. Yeah. If any of you have some, please send it to Harrington North at Police Hill. Appreciate it. Thank you.